Welcome to Kinetics Weekly Show, Onwards and Upwards, everything a global needs to know to live and work in the United States. My name is Luciana Da Silva. I'm your host today. Of course, if you are a nurse that's looking to live and work in the United States, please send us your application to kineticsusa.com/apply. We are ready to help you succeed and achieve your American dream here in the United States. We have a wonderful show for you today. We're going to be discussing the Northeastern states of the United States. And here at Kinetics USA, and also with our sister company, O'Grady Payton, we're both part of the AMN Healthcare International family, and we have positions available in every specialty in every state. Let's take a look at this job map that we have here, and you'll be able to see everything's color coded. Direct hire, everything is in green, staffing in a navy blue, and guess what? There are states that have both options for you, direct hire and staffing. Kinetics USA is a direct hire company, and Grady Payton is a staffing company. So we have all the options that you want to be able to come to the United States. Now, let's get to our show today. We have several guests with us. We have a full house today, so it's going to be a fantastic show. Let's bring in our guests to say hello and welcome. We have Meg Myers, Kay, the travel nurse hacker, both no strangers to this show. Also, Miriam and Nisbetchi, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, this is an open question and answer for you to ask your question to this wonderful group of ladies about living in the Northeast. I am tongue-tied today because I am so excited. So please put your questions in the chat. Let us know where you're from. We love seeing people from all over the world watching our show. We have, a LinkedIn user is saying that they just passed the NCLEX. I have the PTE scheduled for November. Wonderful. 11 years of experience. I am not working because I live in Europe. Can I apply to Kinetics? We have all sorts of positions available to you. So yes, once again, kineticsusa.com/apply, and we will absolutely help you achieve your American dream. And everyone here on this panel today has achieved their American dream, and they are here in the United States here to tell you about it. So let's get to introductions. Miriam, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, everybody. Good morning from Maine. My name is Miriam Arababi. I'm an RN. I've been an RN for the past 14 years and counting. And I'm a mom, an entrepreneur, and a nurse. Welcome, everybody, to this program.
Oh, thank you so much, Miriam. Kay, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Kay Mendoza. I'm a nurse here in the Northeast Coast. Been traveling nurse for 18 years, just around Northeast Coast. And operating room nurse, like Miriam said, mom, a businesswoman. I am an advocate of work smart, not hard. And, we're nurses. We have to be very careful with our health. So I'm here to share everything that I need to know about that.
Thank you so much for joining us, Kay. Nisbetchi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name, but it seems wonderful. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, my name is Nisbetchi, actually. I'm from Africa. I got into the US through OGP. It has been a wonderful journey. I'm here in the Northeast working as a nurse in one of the biggest suites and very good hospital here in the US. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you join us today to have your experience, to ask your question, have experience and know what to do next to join us in this US. If you have passed your NCLEX, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Meg, another person that is not a stranger to our show, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Meg Myers. I am from Kinetics, the AMN international team. I am working with some great hospitals in the Northeast. So I am not a nurse coming from another country, but I am helping them come to some of these great hospitals. So happy to share some stuff about the Northeast today.
And Angeli is saying, what an exciting discussion. It is going to be an exciting discussion. So let's get to it. Miriam, tell us, why did you decide to come to the United States?
I have so many reasons, but one of it is I have been wanting to be in the United States of America. It has been my dream come true. It's not today. It even started before my journey of being a nurse. It has been my dream to work in one of the world, and USA is the world's biggest economical country. So it has been my dream to work in USA. And then I started the journey with OGPAMN in 2018. So my major reason also is to bring up my children so that they can be able to study in one of the biggest schools in the world and to train them here too. That's my reason.
Those are wonderful reasons. Kay, give us a little bit about your background and why did you decide to come to the United States?
Okay.
Very interesting background for me. I did not choose initially to become a nurse. It was an accidental application in my college, and I was pursuing my medicine. Accidentally put nursing. Hey, you know what? I'm a stubborn kid, right? So I said I'll go there. And during the time I was in college, everybody's hiring coming to the United States, like Joe Coy. If anybody knows Joe Coy, he said nursing in America is not your dream, it's your mother's dream to come to America, right? so it kind of like that happened, but I think everything happens for a reason. And when I finally got that job in New York City, I'm like doing like mini mo. I said my license was New York, an employer came from New York. It was just every single Swiss cheese hole just aligned, and I landed in New York. But it's always my dream to visit New York and America because we have a lot of family and friends. And of course, the opportunities are endless in America.
Land of opportunity. There is a reason that phrase exists, right? And everybody here has experienced it. Ms. Betsy, what about you? Why did you decide to come to the United States?
Yeah, I know that in United States they have advanced healthcare system, and I want to be part of that great team. I want to also advance my education here to have my master degrees in nursing, my PhD in nursing, and it's going to be a great opportunity for me to work and school. It's easier in US to work and school, and you have every different opportunities that you can advance your education from different means. Also, I've been dreaming of coming to US to be a nurse, to work in US, and also raise my children here in US. And I found this North is very cool for me because it's quiet, it's cool, it's good. The area I'm staying is very good to raise children, and I'm excited to be here. I've been a nurse for more than 6 years in Nigeria. Now I'm in US. I'm seeing different things. I've seen different things, different ways of practice, and higher technology. And I'm excited to be here.
We're very excited to have you as well. Meg, as an expert, Kinetics USA expert, you've been working with nurses for years and years and years. I want to bring up our Kinetics USA success path. Meg, will you walk us through the overall process of what it takes to become a nurse in the United States?
Sure. So you'll see here on the screen the success path. So first, foremost, passing that NCLEX exam. That's that golden ticket. So passing that NCLEX will work with you on both the Kinetics and OGP side for getting prepared for interviews. You'll be working with us through the visa processing, your immigration, the licensing, credentialing. You're going to have really a very strict guidance, I would say, to kind of get you through the process. We are experts in this field and we know how to get from point A to point B. So we want to help you getting through those pieces. We're going to then help you to get set to come into America, preparing for your arrivals, working with the hospitals on those last minute details so that we can help set you up for success. That's everybody's goal. Obviously you see step number 7, enjoy and prosper. We want everybody to come to the United States, be successful, and live those American dreams. I love hearing the stories from the nurses we have today because it's really inspiring. You guys, everybody that does this process is very brave. And we're just happy we can help facilitate it through your process individually.
You said the key word there, bravery. Bravery, to be able to come from your home country and come to the United States, completely different culture, different food, different things to do. And we're going to be talking about all of that, especially as it pertains to the Northeast. Miriam, why did you choose to live in the Northeast?
I don't think I chose to live in the Northeast. I dreamed of being in a place very calm and having a balance. I wanted to go to Virginia State. So when my application came through, because I have been an OR nurse, and during the pandemic, it was difficult to get an opening for me. And so OGP advised if I can switch a little bit. I agreed, and I switched back. So they got Virginia opening for me, and I did interview for some openings. But then I have a friend in Maine. She really wanted me to come over to Maine and be with her, and she's like, "What if you come to my facility?" I don't like to come to Maine. It's too cold, because I've read the review about Maine. It's too cold and there is so much snow there. And okay, long story short, I got the opening in Maine, even though I really do not want to be there. And the first day I took my child to the bus stop, she was like freezing. She said, "Mom, why did you choose Maine?" I said, "I don't know." And that really like brought tears to my eyes. But today I am beginning to see why God wanted me to be in Maine. In fact, I love being in Maine. I even want to be in Maine. So Maine is very cool, is good, is okay, a good place to raise kids. Very nice place. And that is how I came to be in Maine. I didn't choose to be here.
All part of the greater plan, right?
Yeah.
We have a saying here in the United States, don't knock it till you try it. And that means you can talk, you can say, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do this. It may not be so good." But then you get there and it surprises you. Yeah. Absolutely. Ms. Betty, tell us about when you first arrived in the United States. What was that like?
Well, my first entrance in the United States, I was excited. It was amazing. I must say that I found all the help I needed when I arrived in the United States. My community liaison, Mariam, was on ground waiting. My hotel was already booked, and the hotel, they sent their tour. They came and picked me from the airport, through to the hotel. In the morning, Maria came and picked me up. We went to bank, set my bank account, we got a phone. Everything was set up. All the tests I need to do, drug screening, and everything was set up. I didn't find it difficult when I got to the US. It was pretty easy, but I must say you come with some of at least a token. You must come with some dollars with you, so that your life will be easy a bit. But everything I wanted was there. I got an apartment before I came to the US, so I didn't stay long in the hotel. I spent just 2 days. OGP got air mattress for me, so I didn't find it difficult, not at all. I didn't know anywhere, but Maria took us around. We got our groceries, we bought kitchen utensils, we got everything we need. She took us to the hospital. We went on tour in the hospital to see where we are going to work. Everything was very easy, so we didn't find it difficult to adjust. Yeah, just that the weather was cool when we came. We just because our country we have a very hot weather, but we are better now. We are adjusting to the weather. We are adjusting to the everything. I love the environment. It's very cool. It's clean. It's beautiful. You just everywhere is very organized. You don't need to stress yourself about anything. Most of the things we stress ourselves in our home country to get. You don't stress yourself here in the US to get them. Put a call and someone will answer you and tell you what to do. And also our community vision helped us to set our gas and electricity. So everything was cool. Once we enter our apartment and we just started working and we didn't feel it as if we just came to a new environment.
Thank you so much. Kay, what did you hear about the Northeast before you got here? You've lived all over the Northeast. You've lived many, many different places. What had you heard about the Northeast before you got here? And then what did you learn?
Yeah, correct. I move around, probably moved 14 times already in 18 years in the United States, and all of that are Northeast Coast, right? Prior to coming to United States, I have no idea about like East Coast, West Coast like that, but I do believe, that New York was like the best city. They said, right, the city that never sleeps. So that always like thing in my mind that I want to go to New York. I want to go to New York, and I came from Manila, which is city from the Philippines. So when I arrived in New York City, I love it because I'm a city girl now landing in a city. So it was what I was expecting of what I thought of America was. It's like that because I always see New York City in the movies, right? So like unlike Miriam, it was in Maine, but for me, I was more on the metropolis of America. It was a good transition for me, and because again, I'm from Manila, going to another, and but I have seen a lot of people from, let's say, suburban, that they also like the city life because it's not far from the quiet place, the residential and family, and that's how I would see Northeast Coast. The Northeast Coast area is just so many states, together, not like some part of the US that the states are bigger. In Northeast Coast is smaller in size, except New York City, right? I mean New York State, and you can be in different states in like 2 hours, 3 hours. So I like that kind of vibe because I will see different states and different culture, different housing, different weather, different terrain. There's beach, there's mountains, which is accessible within the next 2 hours. So I kind of like that. So coming from the Philippines, we have the mountains and the beach already. It just like, I love this place, except for the cold. So we don't have winter in the Philippines, but this is something new for us to adapt, the cold, but it was tolerable for me. So I love wearing my coat during fall time, feeling like walking in the streets of Manhattan on my nice trench coat, kind of like, hey, this is cool. So it matches my vibe, kind of like that.
I love that. You have your beautiful coat, and then you have amazing boots and a cute hat, and then you're making snow angels, and it's a white Christmas. And so there's so many exciting things. We actually now have Shirlita joining us as well. Welcome to the show. Shirlita, introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sharita. I'm actually from Ogradi Payton. So, before coming here, I work in UAE for almost a decade. So, when I came first here, I was assigned in Alexandria, Virginia. So, the first step that when I went out from the airport, and most of the person who came to fetch me from the airport told me it's summer here, it's very hot. But for me, it's not that hot. For me, it's normal because I used to eat in UAE. So I was amazed in the place because Virginia is like a combination of a rural and urban. There's a lot. I'm a nature lover, so I like the greenery of the surroundings, and the place that I was assigned is like a city, and so everything is there. The Walmart, the every store is accessible, and the Mazda, what is just a walking distance. So for the 2 weeks already, we have a car. When our SSN arrived, I already went to Mazda and applied for car loan. So what I can say in my transition, because I'm with OGP, I'm staffing agency. So there's some liaison officer who came and fetched me, and they arranged some accommodation. And what I appreciate in US is in Virginia they said we have a weather. So now I experience summer. So I hope that by September, spring and winter will come, I'm ready. I have my coat with me. I already bought it in UAE. So I think the place that they put me is quite very nice place. I really like it. And the hospital that I'm working is a nice hospital. It's Magnet Hospital. Innova Hospital is one of the best hospital, I think, in Northern Virginia. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so
that's it.
much. No, thank you so much. And of course, if you want
Yes.
to work in the United States, kineticsusa.com/apply. Send us your resume and we're here to help you. I want to bring up a map of just the Northeastern states. Meg, walk us through this. What exactly is considered the Northeast of the USA?
Yeah, so Northeast, obviously, if you looked at the map straight on, it would be that upper right-hand corner. We have New York, Vermont, Maine, there's Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut is really considered the Northeast, but it kind of trickles down a little bit into Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I mean, so you have some other areas that are in that general area, but the Northeast, I would say, I was listening to everybody's comments, and one of the things that for me I thought was really interesting was, obviously they're newer to the cold weather, but one of the things that nobody said was, and maybe you haven't been here long enough, but the leaves in the fall.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
Northeast,
God.
the Northeast has the most beautiful change of
Sight.
season. So if you're somewhere else in the United States, make a trip there because it is very, very beautiful to see just that change of season in that area.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Meg. Little surprise for everybody. Let's play a trivia game. Trivia game about the Northeast. So here's how it goes. And everyone at home, please put in the chat what you think the answers are. Let's all play together. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show a photo on the screen and you guess where it is or what it is. Number one, let's give a few, I think we got like 30 seconds for everybody to answer. We have Nurse Hacker saying NYC. What else do you guys up? Bonavi is saying New York. New York. Rona, same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where in New York is this? Kay?
Welcome to This Is My Home in America. This is Manhattan, New York City. It's called the Times Square in 42nd Street. This is where all of those lights are.
And the really, really tall buildings. What do they call it? Concrete
Yep.
jungle?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. The pedestrians are the strongest people there. You don't cross. We cross everywhere.
All right, let's bring up our second photo. Drum roll. Let's see where it's from. Okay, we have a long building and American flags. Audience, where is this landmark? Let's see in the chat here if we're going to get any answers. Banave is saying Washington. Well done. Doki is giving us an LOL. Really great. Let's ask our panel here, everyone. Arlene is saying the Pentagon, DC. Rona saying DC. Miriam, do you know where it is? Where our panel? Where is this?
Washington, D.C.
Absolutely. Yes, that is the Washington Monument.
Yes.
In Washington, D.C. So it's actually right there, close to the Capitol building. It's halfway between the Capitol building and the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, if I get this right here.
Yeah,
We have a lot of people who said D.C. Wonderful. Number 3, let's take a look. This one might be a little more difficult. Let's give everyone a few seconds. Where is this landmark? Where is this landmark? Let's see if anyone knows. Here's a hint. It's in the Northeast.
I mentioned the state.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
No, I did already. I mentioned the state in
Yes,
Pennsylvania.
you did. Yes, you did.
So it's in
2
Pennsylvania.
hours. 2 hours south of New York City. It's 1 hour north of Baltimore. There. Right.
Exactly. It's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is the Liberty Bell. It's a huge landmark here in the United States. Very historic. And talk about Pennsylvania. What a beautiful place to live as well.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 4. Drum roll. Let's see. Oh, this one. If you are a sports fan, what is this landmark? And
it says there already. The name is there right in the middle. Just have to come closer. The older people on the side, you need to put your glasses closer. Like me, I have to come closer. It's there. I love this place.
It's wonderful, isn't it? We're seeing some more Philadelphia in the chats.
I lived here for 2 years.
Okay, it seems like Kay may know our panel. Where is it?
Boston, Fenway Park.
Fenway Park in Boston, where the Boston Red Sox play.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll be able to go to some American football games there. All right, we have a couple left here. Let's bring up the next photo.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, Mariam might know this one.
Know that.
Someone may know it. Let's see. We have Georgia, Maryland, and we are seeing another Philadelphia. All right, to the panel.
The lobster. Yeah, I think
the
there's
lobster
around.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a.
Michaela is saying Maine. Rule is saying his own name. Panel, where is this landmark?
I'm not 100% sure the landmark, but I want to say Cape Cod.
That is exactly right. It is Cape Cod seashore. And that is a very, very famous lighthouse. Mariam, have you been there yet?
I don't know. I'm so busy right now. I'm not yet touring America, but I have it in mind to go to so many places.
Yeah.
Cape Cod is in Massachusetts. It's part of the shore, lower part of Massachusetts.
And I just came back from Massachusetts yesterday.
Yeah? Tell us about your trip.
Very awesome.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I went to Boston.
Boston. Give us a little insight about Boston. What's that like?
It's a place like I wouldn't like to live because I don't like life on a fast lane. So everybody is running around helter skelter. They are not so friendly. No. I won't give it to them. So it's too fast for me. Happy day.
A lot of history, a lot of American history.
Yes, yes,
A lot of
I
American history.
Yeah, Boston
I,
Tea
I'm
Party.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna add there. I'm from New York City. I'm okay with the traffic, but when I went to Boston traffic, I'm like, this is a different level. Oh, but wait, LA's traffic is worse, right? But I love Boston. I lived there for 2 years. It's a great, I think, heavy on educational system there. So that's one thing that really
yes,
left in my brain. So
yeah.
yeah, a lot of people thought Boston is in Harvard. Actually, it's not. So Harvard is actually in Cambridge, just right
Yes.
across the bridge. Yeah.
Yes, Harvard, one of the great schools that yourself or your children may one day attend because everything is possible. Ms.
Yeah.
Betchy, tell us, have you done any traveling in the United States yet? Where have you been?
Not yet, but I'm
Where do
planning
you want to
to.
go?
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to go to Maryland. I have some friends there. I still want to visit outside Northeast, that's Texas, because I have some relatives there. I've planned many trips. So once I have time, I'm going to visit them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's such a big country. You can make friends everywhere. And then
Yeah.
you also visit each other because it may seem like it's really hard to get from one place to another, but there's a lot of public transportation, especially in the Northeast. Meg, what do you know about that? Tell us.
So public transportation is it's readily available in most of the bigger areas. I think in the Northeast, they've got a pretty good system down in most of those states that can really get people around. It's helpful in the winter months when there's a lot of snow on the ground, but I would say in most of those states, really driving is still necessary, unless you're living in the cities like Manhattan or into Boston. I think having a car is one of the necessities here in the United States. So getting around and traveling from your area to just a lot of different areas. There's so much to see in that area of the Northeast that having your own car is really probably the best way to go. But public transportation you will find in most of these states.
Charita is saying connected from Zambia. Doki is saying hello. I'm a kinetics nurse and watching you live from Ghana. I love seeing people from all over the world who are joining us. Miriam, tell us about where you live, about your city. Tell us about your city. What is it like to live there? What's the transportation like? Give us a little bit of a feel.
Okay, I live in Maine. So the first time I arrived America, they got an appointment for me in Levant, and Levant is a very beautiful, quiet, small town. But unfortunately, I can't even make orders for what I want to eat, like pizza. You can't even get Uber, Lyft easily. If you have to apply for one, then you have to be 45 minutes earlier to get one. So after a year, I decided to move away from Lebanon to Brewer, and Brewer is a little bit exposed and more like a city just beside Bengal. And the transportation there is, anyway, generally, if you are going to stay in Maine, you need to have your own car. That's my own advice. If you don't have your own car, I don't know how you are going to do it because the public transportation is not really viable. If I should go to work by 6:30, I can't see a bus. I can't see anything. If I want to go to Walmart, I can't see a bus at my own time. So it's not really possible. You have to get your own car for you to enjoy this place. And I thank God for OGP. They really made everything easy and possible for me. I got my car just a week of arrival. I didn't find it difficult to get my car, anything, nothing was difficult. So transportation was very easy. So the best thing to do is to get your own car. And again, here in Maine, being a very cold place with snow, if you are getting a car, you will need to consider four-way drive for the snow because when it starts, I tell you, your car is going to be sliding on the road because It's no fun. They have to give me a ride one day from work. They have to come pick me up because they feel like if you're not going to drive, it's no problem. We are gonna help you. And they are very, very hospitable in Rua, in Maine, in Bengal, where I've stayed. They are very hospitable, they are very friendly, they are very nice. So it made everything so easy for me. I can just put up a call and I will get a friend that can take me anywhere I wanted to if I don't want to use my car.
Ms. Betsy, tell us about your city. Where do you live? What's it like to live there? What's the transportation like? Give us an overview.
I live in Delaware. Delaware is a beautiful city, but when I was coming to Delaware, they think there are a few blacks here, and it's mainly whites that lives in Delaware. But
Oh, it looks like we lost everybody. I was looking down and I said, where did everybody go? I guess we lost her out in Delaware right there. Okay, well, I guess she's enjoying the weather in Delaware right now. Okay, give us an idea about, go ahead, Meg.
I was just going to touch on one thing that Miriam said earlier. And that was the fact that OGP was there to support her. You know, that they really helped make her process the best it could be. So those are just some of the things that Kinetics and OGP do. And I'm so glad you had that experience, Miriam, because that's what our nurses do experience. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the name of the game here, right? Is that support. It's about that you're not alone when you come here. You know, you're not just going to be trying to figure it all out for yourself, right? It's that support between Kinetics and O'Grady Payton. We are here for you. And it seems like you dropped off there, and Ms. welcome back. We lost you for a moment. You were talking about Delaware. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. Delaware is cool. Like it's not really a busy place, and I really like it. It's a great place to raise children, and it's beautiful place. The transportation here, there are public transports which I've never used before. When I came here newly, I do use Lyft. Though they say it's quite expensive, but I didn't have any choice, and I used Lyft. It was good for me. Lift is just 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You've gotten a lift in Delaware. There is Uber also. Then Uber can, if you want to eat anything, you can make order. Actually, you can make order like a Nigerian food. You can make order. They will pick it and come and give you in your home. Also, you need a car because if you continue paying Lyft to travel to go to grocery stores and other places, it's not going to be easy for you. So I advise you get a car because there are different options which you can get a car under OGP and connect it. So I advise you get a car so that you don't have to spend much and spend all the salary you are getting. But overall, also another thing in Delaware is that it's a great place for new drivers. It's not quite busy. You can drive as a new driver that your hand is not, you are not too familiar with driving. Is a great place because the road is quite cool and it's not too busy. There are not many cars on the way, so you can actually drive through and fro from work.
And Kay, you have a lot of experience living up in the Northeast. Let's show a map here again of the Northeastern states and the positions that O'Grady Payton and Kinetics USA have available. Kay, walk us through. Oh, we have Ms. Betsy here now. But I want to kind of get an idea from everyone about, we were talking a little bit about the climate and, all the places that you can travel. But let's talk about things to do, really fun things to do whenever you're in the Northeast. Okay, tell us about all the fun things that you've done. And you could see here on the map. So it's like you see where Virginia is. So there and north is where we're talking about. And Kay, you've been all over.
Yeah, I've been all over. I can probably color the
I keep
entire
saying that.
Northeast coast, and that's where I've lived, right?
Right.
So when I started in New York City, so like other people have mentioned that they needed a car in New York City when you're living like in the metro, it's really not ideal for you to own a car. When people owns a
Yeah.
car there, it means that you're very rich because you will be paying a car park for $300 a month, which it will eat up your entire salary, right? We're not even talking about insurance. So when you live in the city, please consider not buying and using the public transportation. Same thing with downtown Boston, but it doesn't mean that we're able to go everywhere. When I was in New York City without a car, like Meg said, that there are good public transportation. So we always have like buses, subway, trains, Amtrak, airplanes. We have 3 airports in New York City that we can travel anywhere. If we are going to places that will need a car, you will have availability to rent a car as well within your within the next block. You have your usual rental companies, AV's budget, those things. And then you also have your Turo, which is your car sharing companies. You have your Uber taxis. You have your regular yellow cabs. There's so many. I even have my Zip card, like a membership that you swipe your card and the car will open. So there's so many options that you can use that you don't really need to own a car. However, when I transferred to Boston, I did not live in downtown Boston. I live in the suburb. When you say suburb in the US, it means like you're about 15 to 20 minutes outside where the downtown is. So that, yes, you will definitely need a car. Although there are buses and trains and subway that you can also use in those like in Boston, in Baltimore, in Washington, D.C., in Philadelphia, it is still advisable to own a car when you live in suburb. So you have more flexibility to travel around. I traveled to Maine because I love the ambience of the beach, its serenity, and then to Boston is like everybody said, it's very historic. You will very rich American history that huge United Kingdom when it comes to like housing with a culture. I love Boston too. There's so many Italian friends that I've had. Oh my goodness, they love drinking. They're so fun. That's the first time I got drunk. First place that I got drunk in my whole life. I couldn't catch up to their pace, but that's the culture there, and it was nice to go around. In Connecticut, Connecticut, Massachusetts, that area is one of the best place to go for fall when like around October you go there. It was so nice, and we rented an airplane, a private plane. It's not expensive, trust me. There are tourist private planes that will not cost an arm and a leg, less than $500, and it will take you the entire overlooking mountains that are it's fall color. So I recommend that to everybody. You share you split the fees, and it's really affordable. um, when you come to New York, you go up, travel to Niagara Falls, which is the boundary of Canada already as well. And New York has so many things to offer. New York City alone, well, you need about 7 days to go around New York City. Then we have New Jersey. I love going to New Jersey. No sales tax when I'm buying my basic necessities for you. We have the nice Jersey Shore beach area. So there is a tourist attraction for a lot of Americans, especially when people who lives in like more the inland. So they travel going to the East Coast to go to New Jersey shores. They have nice Atlantic City there, boardwalk, pretty nice. Now you go down to like say Delaware area, right, and Maryland. So that's your calmer areas now, not as crazy as New York. So now I'm currently in Maryland. I love it here too. The reason why we moved here is also for education, and we also have access to the airports if we want to travel. We have good tourist area. It's 1 hour south of, 1 hour away from DC, where have all your monuments, very nice district. It's just so many places that I've been here in Northeast Coast in the past 18 years, and I think I don't want to use up all your time, but the thing is, in like 2 hours drive, you can go so many places, and we have whitewater rafting just in Poconos, which where everybody goes for those things. just not enough time to put in 5, 5 minutes.
So many fun things to do. And we have someone here in the chat asking how to apply. kineticsUSA.com/apply. We can give you access to so many jobs in the United States, all over the Northeast, between ourselves and our sister company, O'Grady Payton. So please apply now, and we want to get your dreams started. We are seeing lots of comments here in the chat. Everyone's saying hello. Glenn is watching from Riyadh. Lorna is watching from Turkey. Lynn is watching from the Philippines. Rahatullah is saying hello from Pakistan. Mon is from India. Catherine watching from the UK. Kevin watching from Vancouver, BC. I think that we just like almost covered every single continent, didn't we? JB is watching from the Philippines. Owen watching from Canada. Yes, keep it coming, everybody. We love seeing everyone who's watching. We were just talking about opportunities in the Northeast. Let's bring up that job map one more time. Meg, you are the experts at what Kinetics and OGP have available there. So give us some sort of idea of the clients that we have in that area and where nurses may be working.
Yeah, sure. So we do active recruitment for many clients in the Northeast. I would say, as you see, every state we have a touch there. So whether it's both, whether it's one or the other. I right now am working with Pennsylvania. I'm working with New Jersey. I'm working with New York. I'm working with Maryland. So we've got a lot of things happening. We have a lot of opportunities. I know I just wanted to add to Kay's thing. There was a fun fact on New Jersey. And so everybody knows the game Monopoly, right? Mm-hmm. And the game of Monopoly is actually all the streets on that game are named from streets in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So really? That was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Park Place, Boardwalk, all of
Boardwalk, yeah, Baltic, I think Baltic Place or Baltic Street or something. Yeah, all of them are streets in Atlantic City, and that's where the game was actually formed from. So I thought that was a fun fact to share.
Fun fact. I never knew that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, Miriam, let's go back to you here. Food. Let's talk about food. I'm getting a little bit hungry now. So tell us about what's the food like in Maine.
Like how people used to say that you don't learn how to use the left hand when you are older. For me, I don't know the food I can say that I like here. I still go for my African food.
Yeah, that's available there?
I go to Boston actually to get them. So I drive 8 hours to Boston to get my African food. And when I go to get things that can last for like 6 months for me or a year for me. And this is my 20th month in America. So I have been to Boston twice to get African food. And I sent a friend once. And when I went to Texas, I made sure I gathered all I can to this place. So the only food here I can say that I eat is just the salad and pizza. And that is all for me. So I have not learned how to eat other foods. Even though where I work, they do potluck like every 2 weeks and everybody bring their food and everybody wants to taste each other's food. It's an opportunity for me to try to know how to eat some food, zucchini and all the rest. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. And the ones I've tried out, I really like them. Just that I don't know their names and I don't know how to make them. So that's just it.
Ms. Veggie, what is the food like in Delaware?
Oh, Delaware, I have different restaurants. If you're just coming in for the first time, there are Nigerian restaurants. I know I went to Jamaica restaurant, and I enjoyed the food. And I went to Chinese restaurant. It was wonderful. Then we have so many African stores here in Delaware. I've been there a couple of times. I got African food, all the African food I needed, I got them. Also, there is other markets called farmers market. We have one in Newcastle and we have one in Newark. I got fresh fruits, like I got some of our vegetables. I got fruits. I got fresh things. I even bought other things. I really enjoy it because all the food I want, most of the food I want, the African food, I got them here. So I don't need anyone to start bringing food for me from Africa or anything. So I'm so comfortable because I have so many African stores. I work with what I need.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Wow.
great.
Sounds
Yeah.
wonderful. And that's a really cool thing about it is that the United States is very multicultural. And
Mhm.
so many places that you go, you can see all sorts of people, eat all kinds of food. Kay, was that something that surprised you or not whenever you first came to the States? How multicultural, especially in the Northeast, I feel like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I landed in the city. This is like your melting pot of America. I have great friends, American, Nigerian, Russian, Moroccan, Puerto Rican. There's so many variety of food choices. That's why, from a city person, city girl, I like that concept. Like I out and I'll eat whatever food I want. So like, oh my God, it's getting me hungry at all the food.
Buffalo
So
wings, right?
yeah, New
That's
York
my
City
way.
is a heavy Italian population, right? So you will see
Mhm.
like around in Brooklyn, you will know Brooklyn is like one of the best pizza, right? It's very famous for pizza. Now you have around Lower Manhattan, which is your soul foods, your African food, your Puerto Rican, Jamaican food. You will see there. When you go midtown in Manhattan, you will get your fancy French food. Go south, you will have your Thai food, Vietnamese, Asian food, Filipino food. We're everywhere. So that kind of vibe when you go near those cities. It's not only in New York City, but you will observe that in Washington D.C., Philadelphia, Boston, big metropolis. Now going outside, are they still available? Absolutely. So that's why I love Northeast Coast because it's just accessible to different kind of food or cultural food that you want to eat. Um, and they have Uber Eats that they will deliver.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
the delivery, right?
delivery. In your while you're working in the hospital, you can just get an Uber Eats to deliver whatever you feel like. As a traveling nurse, I always say to all the staff that I've been working with, without their help, I will not be as my travel experience will not be as good as it was. So I always have a habit at the end of my contract after 3 months that I will always order something that majority of the staff has not eaten yet, as an introduction to cultural foods. Like Marian said, like people will bring food. And I find that very effective to reach out to my co-staff, to my colleagues that, we might be killing each other at work, but when it comes to food, hey, everybody's friends, right? So everybody will dig in and they ask me, Kay, what is this? I said, that's a Korean barbecue. And then, that will discuss to them my cultural foods, on the Asian part.
Yeah.
The United States is the melting pot of the world, as they say.
Yes.
So we have all sorts of food here. Trust me on that. Eshi in the chat is saying, been to Portland, Maine. It's beautiful. Love the seafood there. Yes, wonderful seafood up in Portland, Maine. We are running out of time, but I do want to go around the table here and ask, what is your piece of advice for a nurse that is in, let's say, Ghana, Kuwait, Vancouver, the UK? What is your piece of advice to them? Miriam, let's start with you.
I think my piece of advice to them, especially those that are planning to come,
Exactly.
they have to put in all their best to do this. It's worth sacrificing for. I mean, the day I met with OGP. The day I signed up with them, that was 2018. It was a big turnaround for me and my family. I never regretted it, even till today. So they have to be ready to make the sacrifice because it's not really easy. I flew for 42 hours to and from Manila just to write my exams. For me to even get the visa to go to Manila, I have to be in a bus for 16 hours to and fro to get the visa. So these are the sacrifices you have to make. You will read and read and read because they are gonna drill you. Bernard will be like, Miriam, you haven't done this. Miriam, have you done that? Miriam, I don't like this call. Miriam, what's going on? It's not easy. It's sacrifice. So we have to be ready to make that sacrifice for ourselves and for our children and for our future, most importantly. So for those that are coming, it's a good thing to do. It's the right decision. You are in the right place. You are not going to regret this. I tell you.
Thank you so much for that. What beautiful words. You're in the right place. That's such a journey that you've done. And it's not uncommon because if you really want something in your life, you work for it, you can get it, you can achieve it, just like everyone here. Ms. Betsy, what is your final piece of advice to nurses who are looking to come to the United States?
I just going to say that they just need to read and work hard. Just be determined you're going to get it because I know that when I was looking for mine, I have so many obstacles and I have many challenges looking for visa to write my exam. But finally, I'm here, and if, many other of my friends want to be like me today. I will just say that you should work hard, read your book, don't get distracted. Most times you feel like giving up. Most time you feel fed up, but you just have to keep pushing. And I will say that when you are done with your exam, any job opportunity you see that is good, that offers good, you just have to grab it and come over. Everywhere is good. The way my relative talked about Delaware, when I came in, I saw that Delaware is not the way they said it is. It's a very beautiful place. And the hospital I'm working in, they are so lovely, they are so kind. They are teaching me, they keep on asking me what they need to do for me every day. So anytime you see an opportunity to come and work, it's okay to come and work and not to be specific on the in the state you want to really go to. Sometimes it might be good, but sometimes the one you see might be better.
Another more beautiful words there. Kay, final advice to all the nurses watching.
Right. So my advice to the nurses coming here, if you're not taking your exams yet, I always say keep on pushing for it. What if you fail once? Keep on pushing for it. Keep on pushing for it. Because guys, it is worth it. Coming here to the United States it will open up your world to different opportunities, and those opportunities are there for you to grab. If you don't grab it, then of course there's no opportunity, right? No. And United States will bring everything to your hands. Set a goal in your life, you will achieve it. Like, thank you for showing my pictures. These are my Hawaii pictures. If I was where I was and did not choose to come to the United States, probably I will not be able to achieve what we have achieved right now. I just turned 40 to the point that we have to a position that we have the choice if we want to work or we not to work. Those are opportunities for you to get if you want to do it. And for people who are here in the United States already, and they're they just or maybe just about to arrive, how to pick a location for you is first you always have to start with your goal. What is your you like a big house? You like a small house? Do you like education system? Are you planning to have a family? Those are the things that you will want to ask yourself before picking a location, because what other people might value is not exactly the same thing that you value in life. They might like a big house and you will see it overall in social media, but it's for you, maybe your big house is not for you. You don't like it. So again, it's always about your goals. and go after your goals, not other people's goals. You know, never ever compare yourself with other people. Set up your goals, and then come here and go chase your goals.
Thank you so much, Kay. Meg, what's some final advice that you can give to nurses?
I'm going to keep it short, but I would say follow those dreams. You know, this is a process that only you can do, but you'll do it much smoother when you contact Kinetics and O'Grady Payton to help you and support you through that process. So give us a call, give us, send us your resumes, contact us online, and start your process, because the sooner you do that, the sooner you get to enjoy this beautiful country.
It's a process. You'll get through it. And before you know it, you're here. I want to thank everyone so much for joining us today to our panel. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us and giving our audience all over the world this wonderful information. Of course, if you are living internationally and you want to become a nurse in the United States, we'll help you with the immigration. We'll help you with the licensing. We'll help get you trained whenever you arrive. We'll help you and support you to set up your life, like these nurses have all said. So that's a wonderful thing. And it's just so wonderful to hear all of your stories. It's so inspiring. So thank you so much for joining us again. I want to also let our viewers know that we do have a 50 states guidebook on our website. All you have to do is go to kineticsusa.com. It's also in our resources area on our website too. You can go to guidebooks, and we have all kinds of guidebooks there. But this one covers all the 50 states and gives you really great information. Of course, go to our website and apply as well. I saw a question here in the chat about the requirements. Right now, the major requirement is to pass your NCLEX exam. Like Meg said, that's the golden ticket. Once you pass that NCLEX, things just start happening. And so it can be a long flight, right, Miriam, to get there and bus rides to get there and to do it. But you will. You really, really will. Let's take a look at our future shows that we have coming up over the next few weeks. Next week, we are actually going to be speaking with the CGFNS as well as Niners and Swoosh about the English exams. We're going to do a one-year check-in. It's been 1 year since the PTE and the OET exams were accepted for the visa screen. Let's do a little check-in 1 year later. How's it going? On September the 8th, we're going to be focusing on understanding your job offer. Help you out with that. September the 15th, our immigration Q&A back once again. We do it every month for you. Your chance to ask our immigration lawyer partners your questions about immigrating to the United States. And on September the 22nd, another stateside, this time the Great Lakes area. So another fun show coming up, as well as on September the 12th, we have our LaFora talk show, Overcoming Challenges, working with different patient care roles. So that's much more clinical focused, but it's going to be a wonderful show. Of course, don't forget about our Kinetics College every Monday at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can learn all about the NCLEX, all the English exams. These are our partners who give their time to give you a 1 hour course completely free. All you have to do is just come to our page like you are right now. Come right back to the same place on a Monday. We will help you completely free for you to take these courses in order to help you pass your exams. Thank you so much again for joining us. Please go to kineticsusa.com/apply. Thank you so much from Kinetics USA, O'Grady Payton. We are part of the AMN Healthcare International family. We're looking forward to seeing you here soon.